to the beer review of me, Jake. So today we're drinking a beer from Burnt Mill, one of my local and most favouriteest breweries. This is their double IPA 2, part of their Gardens of Green series, coming in at 8%. Now last year, this sort of version of this beer, I had it at a similar time, sort of February, March last year, and it was chef's kiss of a beer. I had a little moment with it. That smells fucking great, as you can see. And when I saw that they'd done it again, I jumped at the chance of getting it. So I'll read the spiel on the back. This double IPA combines all of the hops from the second Gardens of Green series. So it's a series of beers that they produce, all sort of like different hop varieties, and then they save a bit of each hop and then whack it into a big double IPA. Extra pale, flaked oats, chit, and dextrin malts gives a smooth malt profile for all the hops to shine. Enigma, Muter, Galaxy, Idaho 7, Talus, Sabro, Citra, and Strata combine in the dry hop to create a dank tropical medley of aromatics. So yeah, it's a different hop combination to the one that they produced last year. The ones that jump out as different to me is Talus, Sabro, and Strata. Some of the others could be different as well, but a very on-trend set of hops there. And one of the other interesting things is their use of chip malt, really, well, I find it interesting, is their use of chip malt in this. A few of the beers that I've had from Burnt Mill recently have used chit in it, and I didn't particularly know what it is. So I did a bit of research to expand my already vast knowledge. And it's essentially a very lightly, almost raw barley. It's just very lightly malted. And that's used primarily to aid head retention and the body of the beer, without imparting sort of like any colour, because it's a pretty pale malt. And because it's like nearly raw barley, it imparts more of like a grassy characteristic than like a grainy characteristic, I suppose. So that's quite interesting. They always use different malts over at Burnt Mill. Oh, get my glass. Yeah, like I said, so the last year's version was one of my favourites of the whole entire year. So I started off the year with a bang. Let's see what this one does. Beautiful artwork as always. Yeah, so beer in glass, we have a hazy beer, but it's by no means sort of like a murky, gloopy number. I mean, around the edge there, it's more or less translucent, but nice, frothy, tight white head. Let's give it a little sniff, shall we? Oh, wow. An initial rush of tinned pineapple. Then it does get pretty earthy and dank. Bit of a fresh cut grass, watermelon thing to it. A sting of lemon juice. It's got a little bit of a sweet whiff to it. Almost remind me a little bit like sort of like a Lotus biscuit. It's a little bit caramelly in that respect. But it's a dank, juicy number. Let's go for a taste. Cheers. Maybe salivate around the gills. Cheers. Oh yeah. That's a drinker. That's a drinker, that one. Okay, so it's very good. Number one, it's very good. It's not quite grabbing me as much as last year's version. And that beer does sort of stick in my mind because I did really like it. I remember that one was just an absolute smack around the face, and this is a lot more subdued. Yeah, so I'm getting sort of like breakfast juice, like grapefruit and orange juice. There's something that's reminding me of like dried mango. Yeah, I'm getting a bit of lemon pith in there. It's quite drying in a way. It ends on a sort of a little bit of a bitter spike. Let's give it a little top up, shall we? I mean, you don't know that it's 8% in any way. Yeah, I'd say the mouth feels quite sort of slick. It's not like chewy or anything like that. And then now I've had a few sips, it is leaving me with a danker, weedy sort of edge. Drinkability wise, like I said, it would score very high. It's going down very easy. So it didn't quite hit the lofty heights of last year's version, but I mean, it is a different hop profile entirely. I can't remember the whole chit situation being in last year's one. So even though it's sort of, they've named it double IPA 2, it is a different double IPA. So I shouldn't really compare, but that's what my brain naturally does. But anyway, I mean, I would highly recommend picking that one up. Tasty, tasty, tasty stuff. And let me know if you do pick it up. Let me know if you've had it already. Let me know your thoughts on Burnt Mill in general. I'd love to hear more in the comments below. But for now, that was everything from Burnt Mill's Double IPA 2 Gardens of Green series. I've been Jake. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.